Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my second stream of the day. Excuse me. Yeah, for those of you that weren't watching on Twitch earlier, I have hay fever, I think. It's either hay fever or a bug or fever of some kind. And that means that talking is going to be difficult tonight. So, I'm actually going to try that again with the music this time. I'm going to do a little bit of talking to explain what's going on, but I'm going to try and rest my voice as much as I can, because I'm supposed to be hosting the XVI podcast tomorrow as well. So, the problem with being a content creator is you need your voice a lot, and when you get ill and you lose your voice, it does make life a little bit difficult. That scrapped A1, hello. I'm surprised I didn't see you on Twitch earlier when I was streaming Train Sim. We're doing some odds and jobs, fixing some rail junctions and things like that. So, I mean, it was a lot of fiddly stuff, but it looks a lot nicer now it's actually been done. Also, George, while you're here, you commented on last week's stream asking about the Great Eastern franchise extension, which I replied to. Why did you want to know that, considering your franchise is the Great Western? Don't forget, you can't change your franchise mid-month. You got to wait till the start of August now. Right, yeah, we're over here at the Denninghead Train Care Facility. We have two services now on the Western Reaches South. We've got the semi-fast-ish service between Gardcity, St Michael and New Puston, and we've also got the all-stopper service between Gardcity, St Michael and Fort Flonwood Parkway via the little branch that you can see here. Some of these stations might have passengers waiting. Some might do. That's alright. I don't mind people missing streams, and don't feel like you have to let me know in advance. You don't. It is a little bit... What's the word? Like, it's a little disappointing when some people can't make it, but, you know, that's life. I'm not upset by it or anything, don't worry about that. What was I going to say? I was going to do a whole introduction for tonight. Oh yeah, we're going to be doing 4 things tonight. We're going to be mapping out the Western cross-country and cross-region routes, and I'll explain to you what cross-region is and why it differs from cross-country momentarily. We're also going to be starting to plan the cross-country and cross-region services across the west of the network, and we're going to plan out highway infrastructure spanning out from Gardcity, as well as rebuilding. You remember that orbital road that we built way back when? I think it was in the Majeffries network. Where is it? Here. Yeah, this route is not good, so it's going to get replaced. Some of the infrastructure is going to remain and be used as other main roads, but the majority of it is going to be replaced. I'm doing a PowerPoint using Google Slides to show the franchise's changes from Majeffries and M4J networks. What? Say that again. Right. So, let's get started with the cross-country and cross-region. So, cross-country and cross-region is going to be 2 branches of the same franchise. And because I'm saying that from the get-go, whoever has the cross-region franchise and whoever has the cross-country franchise, they will come under the same umbrella franchise, but you'll either have one or the other, unless you become an Excelsior member, in which case you can have both. So if you get a small franchise... hello, Nirasa. If you get a small franchise, then you can't have either, because they're big franchises. If you have a medium franchise, I think it is, you can have one or the other, of cross-country or cross-region. And then if you have a large franchise, you can have both. I had a name for it in my head the other day, and I completely forgot what it was. That will be the same with Gardcity Connect and Gardcity Express as well. because George did give me an idea for the name of that, which was... oh yeah, Gardcity Link. That's what that's going to be. But cross country and cross region are going to come under a different name. So cross country is what that suggests. It's going to be long haul routes. So for example, we could start up in the top left corner here, northwest corner at Sunnington. My game is going slow. My laptop will be restarted after this stream. So right up here at Sunnington, we'll have some cross country services, and they'll run down this way via the new junction here at Mewood, down the cross-country west route here, possibly through this bit here. If not, they'll go this way and head across towards the airport here and Winfield. They'll then go through Great Winfield Airport, and then they will possibly go up this route, which is going to get rebuilt. So you can see you've got all this little twisting and turn thing. I'm going to have like a straight line across here and then a straight bit up there. Also, somewhere, where was it? Ah, yeah, here, Ninhill City. I did ask what this junction was supposed to be for. Maybe it was meant to connect up to Flaham. We could do that. We could in fact do that. I'm not sure what use it would be, but we could do that. If not, the other idea I had were... actually, no. Yeah, connecting to Flaham. We'll do that. We'll just do that. We won't talk about anything else. But yeah, the cross-country will come across here, down this way, and then it will connect up with the Great Eastern Route at Renston Interchange, and then most likely it will continue along this way towards Denston. And that will be that route. As I say, it's long haul, so there'll be lots of stops, there'll be lots of waypoints. We'll probably hit the order limit again. Oh boy, this game is slow going through Gardcity. Oh, me no likey. That's really bad. The other thing, you'll notice the money in the bottom corner. I yielded. I downloaded Auto Hotkey, and it took me a couple of attempts to actually get it to work. Mainly because the tutorials are really good at teaching you how to make infinite loop clickers, but they don't teach you how to stop them. So I had to do a lot of Control-Alt-Delete going into Task Manager and shutting down Auto Hotkey to get that to stop. There was a real abort mission feeling about that, believe you me. But once I got that working, I did do like an evening. I went to see Yesterday, the film, the other night. Tuesday I went to see that. It's good. It's an alright film. I was about to say it's a good film. It's an alright film. I'm not a big fan of the Beatles, so that's probably why. I like the songs. That's the thing. I like the songs. I just don't like the band. And there was a lot of things in the film that didn't really make sense. But I won't give it away. I won't give it away. Go see it yourself if you haven't seen it. I'm always willing to support the British film industry. This is really slow tonight. This is really slow. I can only apologise. What was I saying? Yeah, Yesterday. So I went to see Yesterday, and while I was out at the cinema, I left Auto Hotkey running. And even then, it didn't have a huge amount of money when we came back. And it's very quickly disappeared again. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Right, yeah, mapping out the cross-country routes. So, the cross-country itself, from Sunnington, or at least from Mewood, let's say. I know it's weird, but it keeps me occupied, and I love doing it. There's a reason for it. I don't think it's weird. I think it's random. Because it feels like something I should be doing, but I'm not against you doing it. I would like to know the reason for you doing it, though. Because chances are, it might be something that I can put on my new website when I've finished it, or at least some still images from it. Because yeah, my new website, I need to do it. I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I know I always forget to do it. And I've got no excuse to not do it now, because the excuse I did have was I didn't know how to use Squarespace. But I do know how to use Squarespace now, because I made the XVI website on Squarespace. So, I will this summer start working on the M4J website again, and it'll probably have a merch store on there as well. How I'm going to do that, I don't know yet, and I also need to actually ask people, like you guys in stream right now. If I was to start selling M4J merchandise, whether it's just the logo, the M4J logo, or like a route map. So like the route maps that I've done so far for the existing franchises, would you guys be interested in buying a t-shirt with that on? Things like that. Let me know. Maybe I'll set up a Google survey or Google form and ask you guys to fill it in 1 week, just so I can see what kind of merchandise you'd be interested in buying. I might also send one out to M4J viewers with XVI branded stuff on there as well, because XVI needs to make money as well as M4J. So anyway, cross country. So I think from Sunnington, all cross country services will come up the hill here to Mewood. And likewise, there will also be some cross country, maybe cross region actually, services that will come around this way and down the hill into Honley Market West. So all cross country services will end up at Honley Market West somehow. So from here, I think continuing straight south is good until we get to here at Guntwood, and then some trains will go through Guntwood Central. They will most likely be the cross-regional trains. I'm a rail enthusiast. I have got lots of documents of information for no reason. It's part of my Asperger's. Sorry to bring that up. When I'm obsessed, I get quite in-depth. I don't see being obsessed with something as necessarily a bad thing. I've got to be careful saying that, because I don't want to encourage people to do things that are illegal. But you know what I mean. Having a hobby is not a bad thing at all. And it's certainly not something you should apologise for. And my favourite argument, whenever people take the mickey out of me for liking railways, I always point out the things that they're obsessed with. So, like, the XVI guys have never taken the mickey out of me for liking trains. They take the mickey out of me for liking lots of train-related games. But, you know, we have a lot of anime fans in XVI, and I would argue that they like anime as much as I like railways. So, it kind of balances out. The argument I used to use at school was people who loved cars and knew everything about cars. What's the difference between a car enthusiast and a rail enthusiast? There is no difference, apart from the subject. So yeah, it's not a bad thing. Feel free to share that sheet with me, because I'd like to see the differences, because in doing this you kind of forget. You get caught up in what you're doing, and you kind of forget about looking back and seeing what's different. So yeah, thank you for doing that. What do I keep going to say? Yes, so cross-country services will go east at Guntwood, through Guntwood North. Probably not stopping there. Maybe some will stop there. I don't know yet. Cross-regional services will then come down here through Guntwood Central. Some will go this way as well, but actually I don't even know how many we're going to have at this point. Yeah, I don't know how many we're going to have. But, so cross-country will go this way, and it will connect up with the Great Western Main Line at Great Winfield Airport, and it will also go via Wenfingfield South here, which will be a good connection point. Cross-country... No, cross-regional. Even I'm getting confused now. Cross-regional will continue south through Canal Street, and then come down this way. There'll be another cross-country service that starts up here at Moningpool Falls. But the cross-regional will continue this way, join up again with the other cross-country, and when we get to Gronville here, it will either go east towards Woolworth, or it will go south towards Plindon. If it goes east towards Woolworth, this will still be cross-regional. It will go through Woolworth here, and then it will head down this new line towards Fort Flonwood, which will be where that service terminates. So probably, I did say in the past actually, Moningpool Falls to Fort Flonwood, probably Central, maybe Parkway. Maybe Parkway actually. I have done the speed limit sheets now between Fort Flonwood and Gardcity, so you can go check that out. Link is in the description. That's all up and running now and good to see. What stations are BTS and WFD? BTS is Bartholomew Square. WFD? Good question. What context is WFD? Something freight depot, maybe? Maybe that? Or... There's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head. Hopefully with context, we'll work it out. But yeah, to answer your question from ages ago, the Great Eastern franchise will now be extended. So Denston Carnegie will be its southernmost point, and Nut Hill City Centre, it will form kind of a loop. I don't think any services will ever use that as a loop, but some will go north towards Gardcity, some will go south towards Gardcity. It'll be one of those anomaly stations where you can go either direction. Exeter's central. Exeter St David's is a good example of that, because trains leave in both directions. One goes to Waterloo, one goes to Paddington. It's one of those weird and wonderful facts I know about railways. Anyway, yeah, Moningpool Falls to Fort Flonwood, probably Central, because we've got the Central platforms, the terminating platforms here at Central. And that'll be a cross-regional service. And then it'll go up here through Woolworth, and then across onto this way through Gronville, and then up and into the terminating platforms here. By the way, sorry to change the topic, I have an update with the Milford branch. Used to be in the old North Rail franchise. Oh, okay, so like the Great Northern. Not Gardcity Great Northern, but the Great Northern. We'll have a look at that in a second. Remind me, A1, the Milford branch. What was that again? And James says, when you talked about franchises, you basically said 1 large equals 2 medium. Could that instead be 1 large equals 1 medium plus 1 small, or 1 large equals 3 small at the patron's request? I don't see why not. I'll hold fire on confirming that for now though, because I might add an extra Patreon tier. So it currently goes up to, is it $25? A month gets you Excelsior. I might do like an Excelsior Plus, because I think $25 should be 1 medium plus 1 small. Whereas Excelsior Plus should be like 3 small, or a medium and a large, or a medium and a small, or a medium and a medium. Like whatever size you want, essentially. Plus, I need to update my Patreon anyway, because Cities in Motion still put on here, whereas I don't play Cities in Motion at the moment. And also Train Sims come back. So I'm going to swap out Cities in Motion with Train Sim on the tiers. But yeah, we'll work something out with that. If you have any ideas for that, let me know. I do like that idea though of accumulative. But yeah, 25 is the, I think, the current. Yeah, Excelsior is 25. So what does it say? You can name or rename a mainline route and name any unclaimed franchise. Only one at a time. Yeah, I might add like a maybe not 50, maybe 30 for that. But you do have to support me on Patreon still before you get to choose that anyway. Right, yeah. I need to start planning out services because that's what I said we were going to do tonight. And so far I've not even built anything. So map out the western cross-country and cross-region routes. Then start planning cross-country and cross-region services across the west of the network. So let's open the service schedule. We'll put it all the way over here. I need to get rid of some of these tabs that I've got open. It's ridiculous. Got way too many tabs open right now. So we need another new franchise sheet. Let's do that. Oh god, it's going to go really slow again. Okay. So you're going to be cross-country. Okay, we'll get rid of the service classification, we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of all of this for now. All of this. And then all of this. I know you can't see what I'm doing on here unless you go. Link is in the description, so if you want to go on the service schedule sheet, you're more than welcome to do so. Get rid of these total times. And get rid of these depot times. Yeah, any other questions about the network, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to answer. We'll have a look at what that station was in a second as well. What service was it? Out of interest. Like, was it a stopping service? Was it an express service? Alright, cross region. So cross region we can do first. Service classification, I'll come back to that in a second. Let's try and work out what this station was. So WFD. And it was up along the north. So I don't think it would be at this end of the line. Chances are it's one of the electrified branches. Wow, that's a big station at Muddington. Forgot about that. We need to get North Rail services mapped out as well. It's not St Holter, it's not Launceston, it's not Narfingburg Springs. Oh, it's lagging so much. What's it? Oh, yeah, that's the freight depot connecting up. So here's Honningville. So Warnbridge. It's not Warnbridge. There's nothing along here because there is nothing along there right now. Yeah, that needs rebuilding as well, actually. There's a lot that needs rebuilding here. It's not Beffing Way. Wow, how was that allowed to stand? That's ridiculous. It's not Cunfing Way. It's not Sunford. It's not Pradston Bay. Is it up here? So we've got two branches here. Hin Hill, it's not that. Or Flinningwell Ridge, it's not that. Okay, we'll continue. Because there's another line. somewhere that branches off. It's not Ludhead Cross. Somewhere up here. There's Beffing Way. It must be after Beffing Way. It's not Warningbury. It's not Frondham. It's not Chadborough. It's not New Trunbourne. It's not Playhatton Springs. Oh, it's not part of this weird metro line I built, is it? Yeah, this needs redoing as well. It's not Gentile City. Is it up here? Ah, Rafingford. Stopping service from Gronwell. Yeah, it's Rafingford. WFD. It's the fictional branch line that you told me to give an update every now and then. Oh, can you just jog my memory a little bit more? Is it one you're building, A1? Yeah, Rafingford. I remember now. Because of the weird metro thing we've got going on over here. I like this metro idea, it just needs refining somewhat. So yeah, there's a non-electrified service that runs from Gronwell to Rafingford. Okay, that's put my mind at ease a little bit. Oh, I've just zoomed out. Shouldn't have zoomed out. Should not have zoomed out. What I really want is... I'm going to regret this as well. I need to get back to Moningpool Falls. I should have done it through the train list. Instead I open up the stations. What that's done though, trying to find that station, is reminded me that I need to set up a document, one of my Google Sheets, where every station code and every station name is listed. So if I open up the railway one here, come on, it really doesn't like doing this. And I'll have it set up so that if there's any duplicates, it will tell me, and we'll sort this out once and for all. Because I forget, got hundreds and well, I mean how many? 1,149 stations. I don't know if that's in total or if that's just the ones that I've got highlighted now. Moningpool Lake, Moningpool Falls Freight Terminal. That's close enough. Yes, the one that I told you... Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I've not been well recently, so I've not been getting much sleep. My mind is all over the place. Plus, I've got loads of stuff going on at the moment, so I do apologise for not remembering. But I'm very eager to listen to the update. So by all means, let me know. Right, services. Moningpool Falls. We'll call it 9RXX. I don't even know if that's right or not. Service type, stopping. Calling at Moningpool Falls. Probably Brynborn next. Like, should it stop at every station? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, you know. I kind of feel like a Great Western service to Moningpool Falls, maybe from Gronville, or maybe from Woolworth actually, should stop at every station. So I think here we should just go Brynborn. then should we stop here at Kett Hill, or should we stop? I think we should stop here, Plunningville. And then Gronville West. Then Woolworth. Or actually, I think at this point maybe we should stop at these stations as well. Maybe just Canal Road. And then Woolworth Central. And then we become an all-stopper. So out of Woolworth. I feel like there needs to be a station here. I'm trying to remember why there wasn't a station here. But there's going to be one now. That's the wrong way. I'm thinking it's a waypoint for some reason. It's dumb. Okay, let's put some CTAs. And then some signs. And then some shelters. Something like that. You can just be Ruding Hall East. Runding Hall East. Then Ardington. Drenningpool Falls. Huntfield. Slarning Head. And Fort Flonwood Central. Alright, 2 spots for the depot. And rope it off. Now, I think in the future, so cross country will be real long haul services like Sunnington to... I nearly said Bar City then. I suppose we could do it to Bar City. Whereas cross region will be more local, but not as local. Wow, your keyboard is having some trouble tonight, A1. The one that I told you that I had the basics of the first station done. Oh yeah, started the track work. I remember now. I do remember now. So yeah, this cross region service will be extended in the future. This is where life gets difficult, because actually from here I want it to cross over to... Actually no, I could cross over to the central tracks. Yeah, and then run south. That's fine then. That is fine then. And probably run as far as Buntbourne, maybe even Cadingbury. And that could be like the western region, or one part of the western region covered. Cross country, on the other hand, will go from Sunnington to like Henninghall Junction, or probably Denston actually. Sunnington to Denston as its first. I like that idea. Let's do that. So back to cross country. You are cross country. Service classification 9S. Actually, 9A would be good. It's train type, probably HST. Service type express. Calling at Sunnington. So out of Sunnington, you'll run onto this branch here, We will probably stop at Honley Market West. Okay, and then we'll run down here to Marnpool. Kenham. Printown. We won't stop at Guntwood. Trindington maybe. Or over here. Garninghead. And then Slarthingford Tunnel. Plardington. Donfingpool East. Connect with the Western Reaches. Wenfingfield South. Gardcity, Great Winfield. Airport. West Terminal. Alright, then we run on this route here. So I think up here at Hannington. Hannington, I can't remember how I pronounce that now. Sladtown South. And then up here at Ninhill City East. Plinthing Bridge Tunnel, should we stop at? I think we're going to stop at Gunway Bridge. Probably should, really. Plinthing Bridge Tunnel. That's not how you spell tunnel. Gunway Bridge. And then connect with the overground here at Sondinghead Cross. I think the next stop's going to be Renston Interchange. Yeah, and then probably Renningbury. And then probably Lanning Way. Then Henninghall Junction. Okay. Then, oh, this needs rebuilding. Wow, this needs a lot of rebuilding. Yeah, I think the next stop after this is going to be Drenninghead East. And then probably just Denston. I'd still like Denston to be the hub for probably cross-country services, not necessarily cross-regional services. Well, anyways, I've had to completely rebuild the first station, and the second station is done. I'm debating if I should do a third one. Oh, I was like that earlier on stream. I've started building the track between Wennock Town and Mattock, which is the next station on the route. But I'm not 100% sure how I want it to look. So right now it's kind of just weird meandering curves and a couple of tunnels, and that's it. So I'm a bit stuck on that. I'm also debating Denston can get rebuilt now. So that all platforms are technically through platforms, but some bay platforms, like some trains will terminate, some will go straight through. I think that will work better than this layout that we've got now, because this is a bit messy. Plus these depots won't be here. The cross-country, that's a good question. Where would the cross-country depots be? This service might actually start at Denston and go up to Sunnington. Also, it's about 7 to 10 miles long. I don't have a name for the second station, and I still need to put some scenery. Is the first station called Milford? If not, maybe the second one could be called Milford. Right, is there a way, if I take these values here, is there a way that I can invert the order? Let's see. Google Sheets. Reverse order. Reverse rows in a column using a counter. Don't think I want to do that. It's all scripts and stuff. Why isn't there just a button that does it? Alright, that takes away my idea then. I was going to suggest calling it Milford, but... I mean, my inspiration for Somerset Hills was I had a look at some town names. Excuse me, my headset wire's getting pulled. I looked at some town names in Somerset, and like took half of one name and merged it with another. So Wennock came from... In fact, what did Wennock come from? That's a good question. Can't even remember off the top of my head. Mattock was Matlock with just two T's instead of an L. Again, I'm not actually sure that Matlock is in Somerset, but there we go. Lambton was a very late addition. I think I did splicing more than combining. Like, I just took loads of letters from different town names and added them all together and came up with a name. Something like that. Anyway, I need to reverse these values. There must be a way to do it. Sort range. See, I don't want to do A to Z or Z to A. No, I don't want to do that. Am I really going to have to type all these out again in reverse? Oh, there must be a better way. Reverse order of... Oh, that's what I could do, actually. I could just do simple... So, like, Denston Carnegie can become Sunnington, and vice versa. And then these, I can just click the row and move it. So you're now Drenninghead East, then Henning Hall Junction, then Lanning Way, then Renningbury, then Renston, then Sondinghead Cross, then Gunway Bridge, Plenfin Bridge Tunnel, then Hill City East, Sladtown South, Hannington, Gardcity Great Winfield Airport, Wenfingfield South, Lonfingpool East, Plardington, Slarthingford Tunnel, Garninghead, Prentown, Kenham, and Marnpool. Then Honley Market West and Sunnington. Done. Right, so that's the first cross-country and cross-region service done. I would like to do another Denston service. Possibly, well, maybe one more cross-country and at least one cross-region. Because we've got, where is it? I think there's going to be another line branching off this, by the way. So we've got this one. Actually, we could have one cross-country line that comes down this way and then goes through Tarnway and Funston and then comes out this way. Because is it this route that goes down towards Buntbourne? I think it is. Oh no, you go, yeah, you come down to Munfingford. You know, I'm not against that idea. I'm not against that idea. This tunnel I'm going to remove, and this whole station I'm going to rebuild. But in theory, we could do this, and then after Munfingford, you'll follow the Great Western main line. I think this could be cross-region. And you'll come through here. And then up to Plindon. Yeah. Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea for this new one. So, Denston Carnegie. I should leave that open in a box somewhere on screen so that I don't have to keep scooching back to it each time. Where are we? Are we even following the right line? No. This one. Come on, you bloody thing. Oh, it's got crossovers in it and everything. Bravo, Mark. Alright, through there, up here. And then, yeah, this goes down towards there and across to... Oh yeah, I forgot this place existed. Right, you, pin, will stick you up. Stick you down there. Alright, Denston Carnegie. You'll then come out this way, and Drenning Head East is going to be your next stop. Okay, you're then going to come down onto this line here, and your next stop will be Tarnville. Actually, Tarnville? Yeah, no, we will stop there. Then Tarnway and Funston. Like so. We won't stop at Pentown, but we will stop over here at Cordinghatton Central. Oops, didn't mean to click that. Right, then Sunwell and Ponfing Way. And then Munfingford Paragon. I might open the floor up again to design ideas for Munfingford. How we would redesign this. So you have probably two main lines coming in from the west. The Great Western route here. But I think we might have another route, like fill in some of this lake and have another route come in from this way. And then two from the east as well. This line here and this line here. Might do that, because I don't have the time to design it myself, and if I build it on the fly, I'll probably mess it up. So if anyone has any ideas, feel free to draw them and then send them on my Reddit community. Is that Marui? It's not Maori. Must be Marui. City Centre. Whoops, that's Centra. City Centre. Oh, Central. I was right with the A. Okay. Then Sannington. Then probably Plindon Junction. And then Gronville West. I actually feel like this should be a cross-region route, but I don't know, it's quite long. It is quite long. And then finally, Moningpool Falls. Two for depots, and done. It's gone very quiet in the chat. Everyone's still alive? Right. That will do for now for the cross-country, but cross-region, I think there's another couple of routes that can come out of this. So what the first cross-region we did was Moningpool Falls to Fort Flonwood Central. Now I think we should do Denston to somewhere. Let's see if I keep following this along. We could do Denston to Munfingford. Or maybe Woolworth. Then we can connect up with the other cross... Actually, that makes sense. Because then you can connect up with the other cross-country. Maybe Gronville, actually. No, I don't know, because it feels like too much of an overlap. What is my favourite station and why? That's a tricky one. I used to like City Thameslink because it was so sort of hidden away. You never really knew it was there. When I used to play Locomotion a lot, I used to do... It wasn't called Thameslink. I can't remember what it was called now. But I used to have like a circular route that went round my cities, and I used to always have a station. I think it was just called Trainlink, something Trainlink, all the time. Because I just liked I liked the Thameslink in the name. Now though, I've been there a few times, and it's just a dark and dingy corridor, essentially, with a rail line in the middle of it. So that used to be my favourite. St Pancras International is quite nice on a good day. Sometimes it's it can be a bit dark in there, particularly in the Undercroft. But you go up to platform level and it's a very nice station. Plus, I guess my local station, because it's my gateway to London. But I won't say what that is. Not on stream anyway. Gotta protect your identity and all that. You gotta protect your location. Right, Denston. Then let's stop at Reborn. I suppose we can stop at. And then Drenning Head East. And then if we come down this way, Tarnville. I'm debating at this point, are we going to be travelling on the slow line or the fast line? I think here the slow line. No, I think here the fast line. Yeah. And then Tarnway and Funston. Might be where we switch across to the slow lines. We will stop at Pentown. And Quadinghatton Central. I think we'll stop at Planpool as well. Won't stop there. We will stop up here at Sunwell and Ponfingway. Munfingford Paragon. I think here we'll go on the fast lines again. One of these stations needs platforms, probably Tunningville, Tunningville. Basically, before we connect up with the western reaches, we have to switch from the fast to the slow. And I think to do that, we'll build a new junction just before Sannington. Did I say Sunnington? I don't think I said either. Just before Sannington. So like... maybe here, just before Bayborough. We'll build a set of crossovers. Although this bit of line was going to get rebuilt, wasn't it? So maybe we'll build one. Maybe at Powington. I don't know. We'll build one. Right then. Sorry if this seems random. What do you think I should call my second station? And should I do a third one? Always do a third one if you feel you've got it in you. But I mean, I can't force you. If you're having doubts, then maybe leave off for now. But I mean, if Milford is your first station, another piece of advice is choose similarly named stations. Because chances are, if the communities were built around about the same time, then the station or the towns will have very similar names. So if you have a station called Milford, then I mean, what sounds like Milford? That's the big question. Something Ford, I would say. They both have to be on rivers as well, though, because it's like Oxford. People like to say, well, why is Oxford called Oxford? The reason Oxford is called Oxford is because it's where the ox is used to ford the river. So you need to do something like that. Also, like Cambridge, it's the bridge over the River Cam. So build a river at Milford, and then build that same river, probably even along the tracks, or not along the tracks, alongside the tracks, and then have your other town, maybe Mill Bridge. Call the town Mill Bridge, something like that. I'm making a right pig's ear of building this station, by the way. I think that, and then build these shelters over a tile. As you could probably tell, I'm not the best at naming things. I'm good at adapting names. I'm not very good at coming up with my own. So let's see. If you be that, you be that, and if we go island, we'll have one of those, and then we'll have two of these, one of these, and then some benches, and then a plant barge. If Mill Bridge doesn't sound good, something bridge will fit. What was I doing here? Oh yeah. So Tunningville. And then we're still on the fast lines at this point. I think actually having... I don't know. I think maybe the slow lines would work better here, actually, out of Munfingford. Depends how slow the other services are, because stopping at Sadtown would work. We can always change it. That's the good thing about the system that I've got in place now, is it can always be changed. So Powington Quay will be the next stop, because it will be switched over onto the slow lines one way or another here. Sannington. So we're still on the slow lines now. So Fort Chundam. I need a livery for cross-regional trains as well. Because the 170s claim to have a cross-country livery, but in actuality they don't, which is a little weird. Actually, should we stop up here at Sarfingly instead? I suppose we can do both. Sarfingly West. And then miss out Condom. So Plindam Junction will be the next stop. And then probably Hinbridge, no, actually no, just straight through to Gronville West. See, even now I'm thinking I've messed this one up. So I think there needs to be a hub in each region for cross-region services, and then a central hub, which is Denston, for cross-country services. I think that's how we're going to work. So I think after Gronville, we then stop at Plunningville, Brynborn, and Moningpool Falls. Plunningville, Brynborn, and Moningpool Falls. And then I need to swap all these round as well now. So Moningpool Falls is like our cross-region hub for this part of the map. Although I don't like that. I don't like that. I think it should be somewhere else here. So maybe if we continue up. I think something like Gronville West, should be our like hub base of operations for the western region of cross region. So it's not like a main station, but it's still an interchange. What do you guys think? Frank Berry, what about Anglia livery, as Anglia 170s were used for a time on cross London service from Chelmsford to Basingstoke? Yeah, I kind of remember that. I remember reading about it. I'm not sure if I was actually alive when it happened. Sorry YouTube died on me. If you answer the question, what was the answer again? Oh god. I'll paraphrase what I said. Basically I said Milford implies that there's a river nearby, because it was the mill ford. So if you build a mill next to a river, that explains that town name. So have something bridge, like Mill Bridge, or West Bridge, or East Bridge, depending on whether it's West or East, or North Bridge, South Bridge. Like what compass direction is it from Milford? If it's south of it, call it South Bridge. If it's north, call it North Bridge. Something like that. And that could be your second station. You could have a nice little 2-platform viaduct station right next to the river. That would look quite nice. Good suggestion. Yeah, I mean, Woolworth was going to be my choice for the hub, but this new line doesn't go through Woolworth unless I make it go through Woolworth. But then where do I make this service go? Because I can't have this one also go to Fort Flonwood. The problem with OpenTTD, I'll show you. Let me find a depot. Up here. I'll just choose a random depot. So the Class 170 exists in the game. God, the lag. I've got too many trains now as well. The Class 170 is here, Turbo Star. And you can see at the bottom, livery, Central Trains, London Midland, 1, ScotRail, Saltier, Southwest Trains, First ScotRail, Greater Anglia White, Greater Anglia Old, Network, National Express, ScotRail, and then Strathclyde. By going to this, only Central Trains. So I guess we could just do Central Trains liveried Turbo Stars, and that be the cross region livery, just to show it's both of them that does it. I'm not sure why the other liveries claim to be there when they're not, but it's quite annoying that that is the case. These are also the new trains that I've got down here. Don't get excited by these though, because if I click on this one, you actually have to find the carriage. I think it's called multiple unit. Yeah, modern MU car, and that goes in to form the train. So it's really not that good. It's really not that good, even if the capacity is slightly higher. It's really not that good. So that's my frustration with this. But we do have the Class 707s, which is nice. And there's some other stuff. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. The one I did like was, we've got these, the 155s, 156s. So they're counted as 2 carriages, but the capacity is 130, which is about what it is in real life, I think. It's what I wanted, the Pacers. So we do have Pacers now. Capacity of 110, sounds about right. Plus we've got things like this, Class 88, Class 92, 87 and 86. Do these come with carriages? I don't think they do. I'm not sure if they're set up for push-pull either, but we've got them now, so that's good. Also got things like Class 14, Class 40, Class 37, stuff like that. And I think there's like a DLR multiple unit as well now that we have somewhere, plus some other locos. Did I not have the 323 before? Apparently not. You're not dual voltage though, are you? Don't think the 323s are. That's got Regional Railways livery though. Anyway, I'm spending way too much time dithering. I don't think we're going to get to the road building tonight. I think we're going to have to leave that till next week. Which some people might be okay with that. Oh yeah, we've got driving van as well. That's cool. I don't know if that's compatible with anything. Plus that. Hey, if we can get push-pull operation going with that, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Anyway, back to the chat for a second. Did you know there is a Pacer Preservation Society? I was vaguely aware. I'm not opposed to preserving the Pacers, you know. I'm not against that idea. Also, this is going to be Gronville West. What other... hang on. Let's have this other cross-region service start up here at Honley Market. Yeah, Honley Market West. Okay, we'll move those. In fact, we'll get rid of these 2 rows. It's always the easiest way. Yeah, I don't mind preserving Pacers, because they're a big part of British railway history after all, so I feel like they should be preserved. And I know that not everyone likes Pacers, and I never got to ride on one, thankfully, because I've heard they're not the best. But they're a big part of our history, and you could argue that without the Pacers, there'll be a lot of our history that never happened. So there's also a good chance that the lines that they serve would have got shut down because there would have been no rolling stock to operate on them. Now I'm trying to concentrate as I'm doing this to make sure that I don't mess it up. So all of these go under Gronville, essentially. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, we do need to plan out a couple more cross-country routes. I'd like to have one go via the Great Northern route, but I think with that, like, we can always come back to this. That's the good thing about it. We can always come back to it. I think we will have to add the speed limits to the Great Northern route and get the Great Northern route up and running before I start looking at cross-country for that. Cross-country really should come in last on these routes, and for a lot of them it's coming in first. So it might be a little bit disruptive. Yeah, Monpool. And then should we do Kenham? Yeah, we'll do Kenham. Oh, I'm getting notifications left, right and centre. And we'll do Prentown as well. Which means I'm going to have to add some more rows. I think 3 more should do it. So Prentown, Guntwood Central, Canal Street. Oh, that would have been a good place to start from, actually. Canal Street. Sorry for messing everyone around. We're going to start from Canal Street. No, delete rows. That's what I wanted to do. So Canal Street. And then this service will also stop at probably Kethill. Does this one stop at Kethill? No. That's fine then. So Canal Street, Kethill, Gronville West, Plindham Junction, Sarfingley West, Fort Chundham, Sannington, Powington Quay, Marooey City Central, Tunningville, Munfingford Paragon, Sunwell and Pomfing Way, Planpool South, Cordinghatton Central, Pentown, Tarnway and Funsdon, Tarnville, Drenninghead East, Rayborn, Denston, Carnegie. And the other service goes Morningpool Falls, Brynbourne, Plunningville, Gronville West, Canal Road, Woolworth Central, Ruding Hill East, Ardington, Drenningpool Falls, Huntfield, Slanting Head, Fort Flonwood Central. And then I think we're going to add some extra. Your Plendham Junction. I need to come across this way. And then down this way. So Fort Flonwood Central. I think you're then going to go Fort Flonwood Parkway. So I think we're going to have a Great Western service between Honley Market and Fort Flonwood Central via the same route. So we're going to be on probably the fast lines here. So Gironam's Cross is going to be your next stop. then probably... Let's see, keep coming up this way. Probably Geffing Hill City. And then Buntbourne Parkway. Because I'm just starting to realise something. Yeah, this is going to change slightly. Let's continue... Where does this one go again? This one goes down towards Denston, doesn't it? Yeah, isn't this like the Great Central Route or whatever we originally called it? Even though it's nowhere near central and it certainly isn't great. I think we'll run this way though. So all of our cross-regional services now are going to run from Denston as well. But I'll swap those round off camera. I won't do that on camera. So out of Buntbourne Parkway, we'll switch through Buntbourne Town. And then we'll come down this way. So next stop, I think we're going to take Tenford off the map. So the next stop is probably going to be down here at Bunley Dockyard. I did spell Bunley right, yes, good. Farnway-on-Sea. Suppose we could stop here. On D, no, on C. Deary me, my spelling is atrocious at times. Planpool. We're going to need a lot more boxes. So this now gives me motivation to actually get these routes done. Now we know where the trains are actually going to run. Cordinghatton. What should we call this? Country. We might have a cross-country service run through here as well. Cordinghatton Country, it'll do. Great Muffing Pool. I'll check chat again in just a second. Bear with me. Montum. Should we go to Runtborough? I think we'll skip Runtborough. We'll come down here to Frunfingway Wreck. Yeah, this whole route needs rebuilding. We'll stop at Little Wanham. And then we'll skip that. We'll skip that. Probably stop at Drunstown. And then eagle-eyed viewers with good memories should see where we're coming in from. So if we go north here, there's Denston Carnegie. Right, so now both of these need swapping round again so that Denston is at the top. So all cross-regional services here will come out of Denston. All cross-country services will also come out of Denston. Might be a bit hard to distinguish the two now. I also think it was started in 2000 and stopped in 2002 and was supposed to be part of a larger network of cross-London services. Oh, that's Crosslink again. There's a few things like that where it's an infrequent service and then they shut it down because they say that not enough people are using it. But when you think about it, of course no one's going to use it. If you only have 2 trains a day, one at 6:30 in the morning and one at 6:30 in the evening, no one's going to use that. Whereas if you have an hourly service at least, people will actually use it. It is funny when you see services get shut down because of a lack of use, in inverted commas. Makes me laugh anyway, the way they try and justify it. Right, I think today we're going to rebuild Denston instead of faffing around with road building, because I would rather rebuild existing stuff that works today than try and build something new that probably won't work. But we will get the roads going at some point. Excuse me one second, let me mute my microphone while I cough my lungs up. Hey Kurt, how you doing, bud? It was every 2 hours. Yeah, it's not frequent enough. It's not frequent enough. That's fine, A1. It's not really changing the subject in the fact that we're still talking about railways, so I'm okay with it. If everyone else doesn't mind, which hopefully no one does, go for it. Keep talking about it. It's all good stuff. So my plan for new Denston Carnegie is to build it to a similar design that Nut Hill City Centre has, but without bay platforms. So basically, get rid of all that and bulldoze it all. We'll start with a nice clean slate. So we do have a slight issue of these 2 tracks don't quite line up. So it'll have to be sort of like that, and then sort of like that. And then this will come across like that. This one will come across like this. And then these ones will join up. Kind of like that. And then that kind of tells you there'll be a platform there, and there'll be a platform there, and there'll also be one there and one there, with other crossovers, like so. The network is coming along. We're doing a lot of heavy planning today and some rebuilding, and I'm making a lot of work for myself to do between now and whenever we start putting these services in. See, I don't think there's enough traffic on the North London line that a 2-hourly service would get held up. That doesn't compute for me. So I think they were looking for cost-cutting excuses, and one fell right into their lap. That's the impression I'm getting. Okay. So this is kind of how our main platforms are going to look. So through services we'll use... through services we'll use all the platforms, but the main platforms will be these ones here. We are then going to have a series of other platforms that branch out like so, although you're actually going to do this. And then 1, 2, up to there. Another set of crossovers. And then, how long's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was an accidental win. You come out 2 more. And then you come out to there, I think. Let's see, you go in. You go in. And then you go in. Yeah, I think that was a big accidental win, but I'll take it. Okay, and then we'll sort of mirror this on the other side. These signals can actually move back some, so I won't worry about those right now. Mainly because I reckon we could do another set of platforms up here. Would that work? I'm not sure. What about sticking waypoints and signals in the center of the station to simulate platform sharing? That's kind of what this is. It's one of my annoyances with this game. Transport Fever 2 supposedly will allow you to do this, but splitting platforms in half. So like Cambridge Station, platform 3, I think it is the really long one. And it has a junction in the middle, so long trains can use it, but also short trains can take 3A or 3B. And then other trains can leave or arrive in any direction from 3A or 3B, depending on whether or not there's a train in the other section or not. This game needs something like that. It needs something like that. Because this is annoying at the best of times, and very annoying at the worst of times. Alright, I like the idea of that crossing like that. And then you coming down like that, and you coming across like this. And then here, we'll just have a couple of bay platforms. Like, pretty short ones. Something like this. Actually, you'd have to be a little bit longer. Something like that. So it's almost a separate station, but not quite. And then this side, let's see, you cross over there. This side will be quite similar in the design. Oh, you also will go there. Should I build one there as well? There's no real need for it, is there? No. I think we'll leave it as is. So this will go up to here. And then we'll have our crossovers. Actually, we'll also have another couple up here. Actually, that doesn't work. 1 second. I think we need to start placing platforms in so I don't get confused. So at this end, you're going to be a platform. Already I've messed up. That's a good start. So you're going to be a platform, Denston Carnegie, and this one here is going to be a platform, Denston Carnegie. Wow, the lag is real. And let's do something like this, and then something like that. Actually, let's just do this and this, and then we'll do signs, and then we'll do benches, and then we'll do like barges or something like that. You'll then be signalled. This one can be a tile longer. You'll be signalled. You'll be one longer actually. Let's do that, and then I think here we could do the same thing again. So you can go out by one more. This one can go across like that. You can go there, you can go there, and then these, that one can go there. Doncaster does as well, 3A, 3B. I mean, loads do. Loads of stations do. Cambridge was the one I was thinking of at the time when I said it. But yeah, lots of stations have split platforms. Temple Meads does as well. New Street does. Yep. Amsterdam Central does as well if you want to go European. Yeah, this game does not allow you to do split platforming, which is a real shame. I like this design. Although it could get messed up here with the switch. Actually, no, no, it won't. No, it won't. No, it will not, because this becomes the through, and this becomes... sorry, these become platforms still. You know, we're good. We are good. What should we have here? I think like shelters like this, and then another sign, and then dispatch. You can have some benches, and then you can also have dispatch. Something like that. Something like that. Oh yeah, Temple Meads, yeah. Has odd numbers at one end and even numbers at the other. It kind of, I guess if you're used to it, it makes sense. If you're not used to it, then it might seem a bit strange. I just realised we probably need to do some jigging here. Let's just snip that. Also, you don't need that. So you'll go like that, and then we'll have another set of crossovers here. Whoopsie doodle. You can have another set of crossovers here. So you're going to be a through track, platform, platform, through track. Okay, it'll be something like that. So what are you? You're 4 long. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, you'll have a signal there. You'll have one there. You'll probably have one. In fact, you don't have one at all. And you come down to here, and then come down again to there, and then across to there. Like so. And this one will go like this. Something like that. Something like that. It kind of works. So what are you? Plant barge. Awnings. A sign, which is there. Actually, let's have one awning, a sign, and then you'll have like benches or something. Something like that. And then up here, you'll become that, as will you. And then on this side, need like, in fact, we don't need stairs. We can have a dispatch cabin like there, and likewise we can have one there, and probably one here. And then we need actually, let's have like a schedule, and then we can go benches, benches, or we could just go with this. I kind of like that, actually. And then we'll just put the buffer stops. One there, and one there. We'll have one of those there. We'll do benches there, benches there, and then we'll have a shelter. Like that. It's not the worst idea I've ever had, this. Might not be the best, but it's not the worst. Particularly as like a through hub, it should work quite well. And I'm also realizing I'm putting in some crossover tracks that we don't actually need. There we go. How's chat? Leads me on to a question. What stations have the weirdest numbering system for platforms? Temple Meads is an unusual one. King's Cross and Euston are numbered oddly. All terminus stations are numbered from the right as you approach, but not those two. Paddington is missing a platform 13. Yeah, some stations have had platforms taken out. Like, doesn't Temple Meads have like platform 6 missing or something? Where it used to exist and it doesn't anymore. I think Hull Paragon has something like that as well. Cardiff Central has no platform 5, but yet a platform 0. King's Cross has a platform 0. They decided, when they rebuilt the taxi rank at King's Cross into a platform, they decided it was too confusing to renumber all the platforms, because people might go to the wrong platform if they're used to, like, if platform 6 is where it is now, it would become, what, platform 7, wouldn't it? People might go to the wrong platform thinking it was platform 6. So that's why platform 0 has been brought in, because it's easy to add a number to the end. Like King's Cross used to be platform Y, then it became platform 0. Waterloo East and one of the new cross stations, the platforms are lettered A, B, C and D. That's to avoid confusion. If you work at Waterloo, the platforms are numbered. If you work at Waterloo East, the platforms are lettered. Same with New Cross and New Cross Gate. Also same with St Pancras and St Pancras Thameslink. It might be linked to the signalling system as well, but I think that would be an easy fix. It's to do with passenger usage and familiarization. Yeah, this is looking alright. It's looking alright. It'll work really well. That's the thing. It'll work really, really well, this design. Because we might do some signalling programming so that some trains can only use like the outer platforms if they're terminating, and other trains will use the inner platforms. So as a station it will function really well. It just doesn't look great with these 3 tile gaps in between. That's the annoying thing about it, but what can you do? Right, what else? Oh, that needs moving. I'm glad I saw that. Stairs to nowhere. Non-track tile. So I need that one? Yeah, that one. Except you have ticket machines on it as well. We'll put you there. Going up to the new platform, and then I actually kind of like the idea of getting rid of that, and then that can become a road bridge right across the station throat. I like that idea. And then also, what other lovely goodies have we got here? Let's do non-track stations for a second. I feel like Denston Carnegie needs a grand station building across the front. So let's put one in. Maybe just up to there. So what do we have? We've got things like this. Rosendal, which we kind of have over on the western side. Or we've got this, which we have up at Monningpool Falls. That looks a bit too European for my liking, though. Like, the Great Western was partially inspired by European architecture, which is why it works. But over here, it looks a little too European, if that makes sense. Makes me sound anti-EU when I say it like that. You know what I mean, though. I think that works better. and then have that there, and that there. I'm okay with that as a design. I think that looks alright. And then this can be something quite special like that. Oh, that looks good. That does look good. What about that? Has my laptop crashed? No. Good. That's close. Yeah, I do like that idea. A bit like how New Street should be, but isn't. So we might have bi-directional tunnels coming in and out of the station. So these ones are relatively straightforward to do. We'll move the signals, and we'll definitely get rid of these waypoints. We'll build all new waypoints up north and south. Excuse me, coughing still. I'm not sure I like that. I think this junction needs to move back one. And then have like a gap, and then this. This one I don't mind coming over twice. I just didn't like the crossover design in the middle there. Looked a bit off. That works though. That looks quite good. Then have you climb out, have you climb out. And then we'll have another set of crossovers like that. Actually, let's move that one to there. And like that. There we go. And we'll have to make it so that it doesn't become deadlocked. It shouldn't do. There's enough platforms here for that. But I mean, how many platforms have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 platforms. There is a lot. Aha, YouTube is buffering. The stream is buffering. Let me turn down the encoding. I don't know if you guys can hear me or see this right now. I mean, it's not buffering on my screen. We'll have to see. Alright, so that's Stenston rebuilt. Do we do Munfingford tonight? I don't know. I want to see what ideas you guys have, because you're all here right now. If any of you have Paint or Illustrator or any kind of design tool like that, you want to have a go at designing Munfingford Paragon, I'll show you what the station looks like in a second. I'm just debating how I'm going to do these tunnels right now. I think one either side would be good, because that will explain why there's no third bay platform here. So we can draw these straight across as well. then we'll do this. Smooth this terrain. It is buffering. That might be our cue to end the stream shortly then if it's buffering. That's a shame. How long are you? 8. Let's turn you down to like 7. That should work. Okay, crossover like that. This one will just come out like this. And I think we'll have a little bit of a cutting here for waypoints and stuff. And then go into tunnels. There's that cough again. Can we cross over here? Yeah. And then do another one there. Yeah, that looks good. I think I will end the stream soon still, because I need to save my voice for podcasts tomorrow. Plus, there's not a lot else we can do without starting a new project, and I think it's a bit too late in the day to be starting a new project right now. So I'm quite happy with how this is looking. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this, how it's looking as well. Should I build another station building over here? I could build a little one, like a modern. What have we got? That's front view, that's back view. Could build a little something like that there. New Denston actually looks freaking awesome. Good terminus station, good through station. It's the station that New Street wishes it was. But yeah, Munfingford. Besides going in the directory, I've got no way to fast travel over there, so I'm going to have to just follow the line. Which I think was this one. Oh yeah, this goes to Munfingford. This one. So currently, Munfingford is a car wreck of a station. This is it here. The reason being was we had more terminating services than through services back in the day, and for some reason the signalling, I couldn't make it work so that trains could terminate in certain platforms. Excuse me. I don't actually know what's changed, but now I can get trains to terminate in all platforms. So anyone with InDesign... Actually, I don't know why I say InDesign. That's from like magazines and posters and stuff. Anyone with Illustrator or Paint or Paint.net or any kind of design paint type software who wants to have a go at redesigning Munfingford. There are fast lines and there are slow lines. The fast lines on this side are the central two sets of lines. And then the slow lines are the outer two. But on this side... Actually, yeah, it would be the same. So there's two main lines coming in from the east. Two main lines coming in from the west. The new main line hasn't been constructed yet. It will curve round this way. And as many platforms as can fit into this gap. I don't know if you guys want to pause the video when you watch this back and just count how many tiles wide this is. Yeah, YouTube's having problems. YouTube's having problems. I can only apologise for that. I don't know whether it's my laptop. I mean, it's not too hot right now. I'm still going to restart it and give it a bit of a clean out over the weekend, I feel. Ready for next week. But yeah, a design similar to Denston would be good. And you can see I kind of tried to do that here. But yeah, I like how Denston looks. So something like that with this would look awesome. It's not an official competition. I don't think there's going to be a deadline until the station is built, because this is a station out in the middle of nowhere essentially. So I'm just going to put some tracks going through, maybe a big flying junction where the station's going to be, just so I can run the cross-country services through. And then when the time comes, we'll build the station and then we'll reroute the trains to go through the new station. So have a go at designing it. Put your submissions on my Reddit community, which is reddit.com/r/m4j_gaming. Use the title of Munfingford Paragon Design or something like that, just so I know exactly what it is. And the other big thing is try and design it similar to the way I would design it, which I know sounds stupid when you say it like that, but the realism initiative basically. So make sure that all speed limits are attainable and things like that. And feel free to write a paragraph underneath your design in the comments, just explaining it a little bit better. If anyone wants an inspiration, the Fort Flonwood Parkway design that I put up on my Reddit, that's a really good way to both design it and also describe it underneath. So feel free to do that. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up the stream here, guys. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in and watching. Thank you to Nirasa, to George, to A1, to Frank, to Kurt, and to... who have I missed? I'm sure I've missed someone. Oh, James. And to James as well for coming in and chatting. Asking questions. It's always good fun to do that. How long have we been streaming? 2 hours 6. That's actually very good. Very good. So next week, if no one's come up with designs between now and next week, that's fine. But if someone has done, we'll start off the stream by looking at the design, sort of breaking it down, deciding if it's a good design or not. Doesn't necessarily mean we'll build it there and then, but every time someone submits a design, I'll review it on stream, so everyone can sort of talk about the pros and cons. Don't feel like that's put you on the spot though, because we're not going to tear it to shreds or anything. It's just going to be you know, just looking at what's good about it mostly. I'm not really going to highlight the bad stuff too much. So yeah, we'll do that, and we'll also do the road building stuff as well, that we were going to do this time round. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And to tell you the good news, we are currently on 984 subscribers, so we are 16 away from the big 1K. I'll check the view count as well while we're here, because we were close to 300,000. Oh, we're 15 away. 105 away. I can't do my maths tonight. We're 105 views away from 300,000 views. So if we could hit 300,000 views and 1,000 subscribers at around about the same time, there might be a big celebration with lots of live streams and maybe some giveaways too. So there's your incentive, everybody. And I'll leave you with that. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. And until next time, I will see you soon.